Greeting, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in this world. What is not stressful these days? What is not stressful? Everything around us is stressful. Actually, in simple words, stress kills. But let's not focus on the problem. Let's focus on how we deal with chronic stress. Let's focus on the solution. I have looked at a few studies, but one caught my eye by its simplicity is the study by Nicky Cordovach, a Dutch neuroscientist and a science journalist, who said, chronic stress is devastating for the brain. Your brain gets marinated in a toxic cocktail of stress hormones that affects two areas of the brain, and they are vulnerable. The first area of the brain is called the front lobe, which is this area in here. If you check the brain, the front lobe is right in the front in here. What is the front lobe in charge of? Front lobe, we use it to plan, we use it to focus, we use it to set up goals, we use it for prioritizing, we use it to keep our emotions under control, and that get affected with chronic stress. The second area is called the hippocampus. The hippocampus is based here and in the middle. The hippocampus is the core of our memory. Stress hormones devastatedly affect these two areas. It's like a network of twigs and branches that form a network. And in chronically stressed people, this network breaks down and then dissolves. This is why they find it hard to remember. If you find it hard to remember, it's like you can't concentrate and you can't remember. Yes, because it's constant stress is destroying and it's damaging the network, this network, and it dissolves. But the good news that neuroscientists and brain scientists, they checked the lecture, they have done so many researches and come out with counteract to this damage, to the chronic stress that is damaging our brain. And they come out with 4 core counteract solutions. The first one that you can do for your brain, the first and one of the most important one, is to stay physically active. Exercise, to stay physically active. By staying physically active, you're gonna pump oxygen to your brain. You're going to rebuild this network, the branches and the twigs, and then you're going to re-establish contact. Even new cells get formed, so your memory gets better, your focus gets better by pumping this oxygen to your brain and exercising. If you can't exercise, you don't have the money to go to the gym, it's simple. 45 minutes, 3 times a week walk, but fast-paced walk. So there is no excuse, I don't have money for the gym. You can walk 45 minutes 3 times a week, but fast-paced. The second adjustment or factor they advised is sleep well. And we all suffer from lack of sleep. I have actually suffered from exhaustion lately and burnout, so I'm working on it. When you sleep, your brain washes itself. your brain detox. There are some toxics that get, it's like a sewage system. Imagine your brain cleaning itself when you sleep. When you don't sleep properly, this toxic stays. And that's why you can't concentrate. And this is why you can't remember. This is why you are tired all the time. So sleep. And I don't care who or where, switch off your phone, focus on the sleep. Lack of sleep is lack of concentration. This is why you're making mistakes at work and making mistakes when you're driving, and you're making mistakes when you're talking, making mistakes everywhere, and you can't concentrate. Why? Because you don't sleep properly. And this is for us all. Third one, very important as well. Your brain needs building blocks. You ask me, what are these building blocks? Nikki Kortevach say these building blocks are food, and not any food. Nikki Kortevach, the neuroscientist, advised Mediterranean food. Why Mediterranean food? Mediterranean food because they contain vegetables, they contain fruits, and they contain nuts, and they contain olive oil. So they are good for the brain. And the fourth one is meditation. When you meditate, meditation helps you with focus. Meditation helps you with concentration. I noticed, and I read lots about CEOs, and I actually worked with them. Not just CEOs, rich people, CEOs, leaders, and they have 15 minutes in the morning or 10 minutes, untouchable, worldwide. They ask their executive assistant or their PAs to block 15 minutes in the morning because they have big decisions to make and they don't want to talk to anybody. 15 minutes of peace where they meditate and they just leave these 15 minutes for themselves and zone out. Personally, I don't eat at work. I will eat outside in nature, and I have some meditations in the evening where I do supplications, or I just switch my phone off and have some peace where I switch off from everything. Switch your phone off. So these are 4 adjustments that Nikki Kortevach come up with, and I found really helpful. And these adjustments will counteract the devastating effect of chronic stress and makes your brain more resilient. So adapt, embed these 4 adjustments to your life. It's not hard to do, and live a healthy, physically and mentally healthy life. Thank you for watching and listening, and see you on the other side.